Welcome to Buzzard's Corner of Love. Think outside the box, where action happens, movement with the body begins, and new ideas come into fruition. Angels, that and so much more. I am Heather Buzzard of Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves, where we uplift and inspire you to become more who you truly came here to be. Angels, it is great to be back. I missed y'all last week. I had an excellent time with my brother. We'll share more of that as we get into the show. Yet we're going to wrap up this month of celebration and harvest with spiritual balance. And you may ask, well, why is spiritual balance important? And I'll tell you why spiritual balance is important. We can get caught up with the world, with the physical world, with our jobs, with events that are happening in our life, with just life in general. And we can sometimes put aside or put on the back burner our spirituality or even our relationship with a higher power. Yet, when we are balanced, when we have the balance of that relationship with our higher power, whatever you choose to call that, and you're balanced in life, then it's easier to walk through life. And there's a lot of things that can bring in spiritual balance. And this trip that I had, this vacation that I had with my brother the last week, helped me to see that. One of the things that's really interesting as far as spiritual balance and balance in my life overall, period, is my brother is a very active person. He likes to get out and walk and swim and things of that nature. So, angels, I found myself doing some things last week. Think outside the box. We've got our videos posted on our YouTube page if you'd like to check them out, where I was thinking outside the box and doing things outside the box, things that I hadn't done in 30 or 40 years. One of the things that I did, now this is life and spiritual balance. I'm a spiritual person, yet I think I can have too much of that and not enough activity in life. And my brother helped me realize that in order to have true balance, being a Libra that I am, spirituality and sociability, and the world do go hand in hand if and when you are able to balance it. So activities such as swimming in the ocean, snorkeling in the ocean, I did that last week. Did a lot of walking. And angels, that walking helped me realize that I was too much of a sedentary being. I was sitting too much and being inactive, walking around my house, walking to and from my car to the store and whatnot. Yet physical activity, other than doing stretching and whatnot, I noticed that I needed more of that in my life. So for me, he helped me to become more active and to bring more of that balance into my life. Now, on the other hand, for him, he is a lot like our father used to be, who likes to do. And it was very difficult for him to come into my space and slow down. And I have a very slow paced life, and it's a quiet life. And he did a lot of walking when he wasn't able to sit still. Yet he came here on vacation for a week to rest his body, to rest his mind, to allow himself to be in a space where he could re energize himself. And that, angels, is spiritual balance as well. If we're out of balance, if we're working too much, then we need to be in a space where we can be quiet with ourselves and allow our body to rest. If we are spiritually balanced, yet we aren't active enough, then we need to we need to become more active, whether it be walking, swimming, riding a bike, whatever it may be doing, so that we can have that balance as well. So one thing that I did notice, like I said, when I was out doing activities, I noticed that I could feel the energy in my cells and my blood in my body just livening up. And angels, if you're in tune with your body, then you can be aware of when your muscles or your cells are dormant. And you can also be aware and feel when your muscles and cells come alive. Now, the first thing to get me up out that chair was my brother said, "Come on, Heather, let's go walking." I was like, "Walking? I have a car. Why would we walk?" Yet I tell you, angels, I walked 26 blocks the first time. and I could feel my cells tingling and the blood flowing through my body, and my body was alive. And what came to me is I'm walking out negative energy, I'm walking out ill things that I don't choose to no longer carry. And active physical activity, angels, can help you release toxins, old toxins in your body. It can help you rejuvenate your body, rejuvenate your cells. And so when I was out walking and I felt the difference in my body over the last week, I said, you know what? I'm going to continue doing this because this is helping me walk into a new me, so to speak. So for me, there was balance, more physical activity, along with the spiritual activity that I have in my life has brought and will continue to bring more balance in my life. What about you? Where in your life can you bring more balance? And just one moment, angels, grab your favorite drink. My brother was here. He loves grape juice, so I'm finishing up the last of his grape juice. That's what I'm drinking. Tastes delicious. So where in your life can you have more balance in whatever area it may be? And what can you do to bring in that balance? And it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to spirituality. It could be more balance in eating healthier. And that's another thing I noticed. My brother out here, he doesn't eat all the fast foods and all of that stuff. And he cooks his own meals, makes things from scratch. So I ate a lot healthier over this week. So I made a commitment to myself to eat healthier salads, to eat foods, to eat things of that nature. And that will bring in balance as well. Where can you bring in balance in your life? Whether maybe it's your job. Are you giving too much at your job? Are you overextending yourself? Can you pull yourself back and have more balance in that area? Or maybe in your relationships. Are you giving or taking too much? How can you balance that out? Or if you say, well, I'm not in a relationship and I'm not working and I'm just at home by myself, okay, what is within yourself that you can find balance, more balance in? Maybe you sit at home too much. Maybe you need to go outside and be more active. I thought I was balanced, angels, yet by having my brother here, I realized, Heather, you're really a sediment being because you don't get out as often as your mind likes to think that you do. Another thing, angels, and our videos are up on this YouTube page. Thinking outside the box, I was out Sunday night. Change of thought. I don't have to be at home by 5 in the afternoon, to be safe. I can be out at night and go to and from my destinations and still be safe, knowing that spirit protects me. Balance. Staying at home out of fear, that's imbalance. And that's what I noticed too. I said, Heather, you're not on a bus anymore. You have a car. You don't have to be at home at 5 o'clock. You can go out in the evening time and you can make it home safely. And that was another light that my brother shined on because we went to a one-act play on Sunday evening. And I drove there and back because I had told myself that I can't drive at night. Angels, that's a lie that I told myself. Balance. So again, it doesn't have to be spiritual balance, yet balance overall in your life. Also, eating healthier, releasing energies help you bring balance. And we said walking releases toxins, yet there's other ways that you can release energies by doing kung fu, by doing breathing exercises, being outside in nature, by running, bicycling, swimming, great activities to release toxins that are in your body. Also, angels, it helps your body become in harmony and in tune with who you really are. And I've noticed that over this period of the last week that I've really been walking, the tightness in my body has released. The hold that was in my bones has loosened up, which is why walking is so good for us. And sitting really is detrimental to our health, yet we are a society that sits a lot. And by my brother being here, he really shed light on that attention for myself of how much I do sit around. So I'm choosing to consciously change that. Family relationships. Do you have balance in your family relationships? Whether it be with your parents, your kids, your significant others. And if not, how can you find more balance in the relationship? I know over the last week when I was with my brother, that balance of communication, sharing, bonding with each other, knowing that we can pick up the phone and call each other when we choose to, that's balance because he's in a state where he doesn't have family, and I'm in a state where I don't have family. And if you do live in a state where you don't have your personal family, you can sometimes feel unbalanced. I know I have at least. So by having visits or going to visit somebody's in your family can also bring you balance, angels. Church family, having a church family around you can bring you balance as well. And that's one thing that I surround myself with on a consistent basis, on a weekly basis, is my church family, because that is what sustains me, especially at times when I feel down or when I do feel that I'm by myself, so to speak, which in truth I never am. Yet we can feel that way from time to time. I can pick up the phone, one of my church members, and call them. I want to share a story with you about spiritual balance to give you a different perspective, possibly, to help you incorporate that into your life. So it's a story about spiritual balance. Her name is Ilara, and she lived a life of constant motion. How many of us do that? She managed a bustling cafe, cared for her aging parents, and always felt the need to achieve more. How many of us have felt that, angels? The need that we need to do more, we have to be more, we have to give, 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 give. Is that because we think that we aren't good enough? Her spirit felt strained, like a tightly wound spring, constantly on the verge of snapping. She found solace only in moments of extreme quiet, but as soon as that quiet ended, the old anxieties returned, demanding her attention. How many of us can stop for a moment? 30 seconds? 5 minutes? Yet only to go back to those same worries, to those same doubts, to those same anxieties. That isn't balance in our life, angels. And I witnessed this with my brother. It was interesting to see it. One day, a regular customer, an elderly woman named Anna, who always had a kind word and a knowing smile, noticed Ilara's weariness. "You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, dear," Anaya said, her voice soft. "Yet a spirit can't thrive on burden alone. It needs nourishment, not just from the physical world, yet from the inner world too." Did you hear that, angels? She said, "You can't just thrive on burdens alone, because that doesn't nourish our souls. And it's not just the physical world that we need to be in, yet we also need to be in communication and relationship with our spiritual higher consciousness, Jesus the Christ, Buddha, whatever you choose to call it." Intrigued, Alara asked Anna what she meant. Anna suggested a small practice every day before opening the cafe. Alara should sit in silence for 5 minutes and simply breathe, observing the gentle rise and fall of her chest. Then, when a customer was kind or the sun shone brightly, she should take a moment to truly feel gratitude for the small things rather than letting them pass unnoticed. And angels, when I read this story, I chose to pause there because I wanted to share something with you. When I went to drop my brother off at that airport yesterday, we hugged beforehand because you can't stop at LAX and get out and hug people and everything. So we hugged beforehand, and I thanked him and was grateful and appreciative for him taking time out of his week to come and visit me, and just grateful that we had this bonding experience. Yeah, after I dropped him off at the airport, on the way home, I had my spiritual music on and I was thanking God for the ability to have that time, to be able to love and to laugh and to joke and to do things with my brother that I haven't done ever. And we were adults, not children, yet adult. And it felt so, I felt very blessed, very grateful, very appreciative, and very loved. Small thing, small thing, but it made a big impression on my life and on my heart. Continuing on, Alara started hesitantly, that slowly something began to shift. The 5 minutes of quiet became an anchor, a still point in her chaotic day. She began to notice the warmth of the cup of coffee, the laughter of children at a nearby table, the genuine gratitude in a customer's eyes. She started to see the interconnectedness of everything: the cafe, her family, the wider community, not separate burdens, yet as a part of a larger whole. She didn't suddenly become detached from her responsibilities. Instead, she found a new way to approach them, with more presence and less internal friction. She discovered that by nurturing her inner self, her outer actions became more grounded and compassionate. The tight spring in her spirit began to loosen, replaced by a gentle, sustainable rhythm that allowed her to move through life's challenges with greater peace and purpose. A true tightrope walker finding their balance on the wire of daily life. Angels, balance is required for us to walk this tightrope that we call life. Balance to be positive in a very negative world. Balance to have faith when all the world and maybe friends and family are telling you to doubt and be fearful. Balance to trust when everything in the world and on social media is screaming distrust, don't believe, you can't believe. Balance to know that God and I are one, instead of believing in the world's division, separation, and individualness. Balance, angels, in order to walk what we call life in harmony, in peace, in joy, in happiness, you have to have balance. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and I was sharing with her an experience that happened to me about 14 years ago. And when that experience happened 14 years ago, angels, I cried. Yet today, I'm able to laugh at that. And I made that comment to her. I said, I can laugh at that today. And she said, well, that's a good thing, because then that tells you you're detached from it. So, what are you able to laugh at in your life? Are you able to laugh at the world and all of the craziness that's going on? Are you able to laugh at that? Or are you caught up in the worry, fear, doubt? Because if you're caught up in the worry, fear, and doubt, that tells me you have no trust in God. You have no faith, or you don't know who you are. Because by knowing who you are, trusting and having faith in God, and knowing that in truth, God rules everything, we're okay. Now, it isn't about burying your head in the sand and not taking notice. Yet it is not allowing that energy to move you into fear, doubt, worry, disbelief, and all of the other negative energies. This is the time, angels, that the light is shining down on this planet. And those who choose to pick up their bed and walk and wake up will make it through this portal. Those who don't, who choose to continue to bury their head in the sand and walk oblivious to the world or oblivious to spirituality, will find it very, very, very hard to move forward in life. It's all about what's going on inside of you. And if you're still allowing yourself to blame and cast anger and spew hate and negativity, then that is what will come back to you, and that is what you will experience. Yet with spiritual balance in your life, angels, you're consciously awake. You're aware. You know what it is you need. You're in tune with your body. You're able to say, okay, I need to adjust this in my prayer time. I need to adjust this in my physical activity time. I am grateful and thankful that God sent my brother out here to show me to be more active. Yes, I do yoga. Yes, I do Pilates. Yet that isn't walking. And walking and swimming are the two best forms of exercise. And when I was in that ocean, that had been an ocean snorkeling. I hadn't been in a lake like that, gosh, since I was a child. I went swimming in Nashville with my niece, and I have that in video. Yet in an ocean with snorkel and fins on, that had been since I was a child. Yet it was a great experience, and it was a bonding experience, and it showed me how to put balance of fun, life into my life, and not just spirituality. So where in your life can you be more balanced, angels? Where in your life are you able to look at yourself or your situations in life and reflect, whether it be integrating something within yourself or your core values, looking at your core values in life, possibly your personal journey. What is it for you that you can have more balance in your life? As we close out this month of celebration and harvest, angels, we here at Buzzard's Corner of Love truly had a wonderful, awesome month of celebration and harvest. We're looking forward to October. We had a special request from one of our listeners who watches our show weekly to do a theme of the month on patience. So next month, our theme of the month is patience, angels, and I'm looking forward to that because I know I'm going to have some experiences to share with you regarding patience. Spiritual balance. Go forward in life. Take what we've said here on the show today and apply it in your life. Get out and move. Do some journaling. Deep breathe. Exercise. Reflect. Keep a watch. Hug a tree. Go swimming. Get in water. Just get yourself out in life and have balance. Because it's when you have that balance, angels, that you truly can laugh at life, you can laugh at yourself, and you can laugh with life. And it makes it a lot funner to travel this journey that we call life in this world. I guarantee you. Angels, you can always go to buzzardscorner.com, BUZZARDSKORNER, Buzzards Corner with a K.com. We got our coaching packages up there. This is the time. We are here to support you. We have individual coaching packages, and we have group coaching packages as well. Angels, you can go to lulu.com, 8 easy steps to improve your life now, or 5 pillars for life or death. What are you choosing? 2 great books. One's an ebook, one's a softback. They're 2 great books to help you start discovering and learning about who you are as you start your spiritual journey. And also, angels, at the end of this year, Breaking Shame, Reclaiming My Identity. My life memoir book will be out. I am so excited about that. And starting next month, we're going to be advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and all these other social sites and doing some other things. And as that comes out, we'll share that with you. So, angels, you can always go to our website, buzzardscorner.com, BUZZARDSKORNER, Buzzards Corner with a K.com. Start or end your day with a positive blog posting. Share your thoughts here on YouTube. Put them in the comments below. Anything that you'd like for us to touch on, share with us, and we'll see if we can get that on the air. If you have stories that you'd like to share, please share them because this is your community as well. Next month, angels, our theme of the month is patience. Looking forward to that. Until then, I am Heather Buzzard, a Buzzard's Corner of Love, bringing people back to themselves.